I do these legacy videos just to prove to future generations, whatever, of my family that I was here. So I don't expect a lot of people to click on this, but if any Stag owners can try and answer a question for me, I'll put a timestamp. Before I start the conversion, it's probably a good idea to show you all my other automotive projects that I have to do and why the Stag conversion should come later, but probably won't. But first, the animation. You see, we have 5 things that could generously be considered cars. The newest car is about 11 years old. All the rest are well over 30 years old, with, of course, the 2 Stags being over 50. And they all could use some work. The first is our 11-year-old Jeep. It has over 100,000 miles on it, and I bought bushings for the rear. The front probably needs them too. The next is a Suzuki Carry from around 1992. I got it real cheap at an auction, but I had to rebuild the motor. And looking at the grass around the wheels, I'm guessing it can wait a little while longer to make everything work okay. When I bought it, the seats were pretty much just wire, so I had to make new seats for it, and clearly I bought the vinyl at 2 different times. This is my 92 Toyota Hi-Ace Super Custom. Not unusual to people around the world, but they were never brought into the United States. It falls into our 25-year rule. If it's over 25 years old, bring it in. The transmission's a problem. It won't shift automatically. I have to go 1, 2, and drive. I have a transmission, but the wiring's a little different, so it'll take a little extra work. Clearly there's grass growing around this too, but not as bad as the Suzuki Carry. Before I talk about the Stags, there are other normal projects that just kind of sneak in, like the neighbor's lawnmower. I've been wanting to buy a Stag for 50 years, and this is my 72 Silver Stag. The main problem with the car, because the car is great, is the convertible top. The fabric was shredded, and the frame was bent and broken. When I bought the donor car, it had a convertible top that had been sitting in its hole for 40 years in a garage. This was great news because a new top is around, I don't know, $1,000, and frames are unavailable, so there's no way I could have found one for the car. When I took it out of the white car and put it in the silver car, I left all 6 bolts kind of loose, and it took several days in the heat to convince the top rail clamps to catch. The problem is the back clamp that goes to the tonneau cover is still at least a couple of inches away from where it needs to go. It looks like the top rib is too high up on the top. Anybody have any ideas? The rest of the car is in great shape. The engine's a little dusty because I leave the hood, the bonnet open so I can keep it on a trickle charger, but everything else is in really good shape. And it has less than 49,000 miles on the odometer. And I gotta say, I feel a little guilty about parting out this white car. Part of me thinks if I had a few less decades behind me, I'd swap the standard out of this car and put my automatic into it and try and keep it on the road. I mean, the car is pretty much all there. It needs a front wing or fender, and the rest of the parts are there. The door cards are in the trunk. The seats are in pretty good shape, just a couple minor little tears. The dashboard was installed. I opened it up to take the clock out to see if it ran. The previous owner told me the engine had been rebuilt just before the car was laid up, before it was put in the garage 40 years ago. I'm going to fill the cylinders, oil the cylinders and borescope them and find out, and then do a compression test. And then I'll know if I have another engine. Well, I hope I don't upset a lot of Stag people for parting out this car, but hopefully I'll be able to supply some parts to people who need them. And I'll probably get it on the lift and start working on it before a lot of those other projects. And it's already supplied one part to replace the cloudy one on the silver car. Now I know the quality of these videos are not good, but that's not why I make them. So if you clicked on here and wasted time, I apologize, but there'll be another one.